In the quiet town of Chester, England, the Countess of Chester Hospital held within its pristine white walls a secret darker than anyone could have imagined. The neonatal ward, where the cries of newborns mingled with soft beeping monitors, was meant to be a place of hope and healing. But beginning in 2015, a sinister shadow crept through the ward, a shadow in the form of a young, soft-spoken nurse named Lucy Letby. Letby, by all appearances, was the image of compassion. With her round face, kind eyes, and calm demeanor, parents entrusted her with their most fragile treasures, their premature babies. She posed for photos with them. She signed sympathy cards. She cried at funerals, but behind her gentle smile hid a mind twisted by obsession, power, and a hunger for chaos that only she understood. Over the course of just 1 year, an unthinkable pattern emerged. Babies who had been recovering suddenly collapsed without explanation. Perfectly healthy newborns experienced catastrophic organ failure. Parents who had kissed their baby goodnight returned hours later to find them dead, swaddled, and lifeless. Doctors began raising concerns, noticing that Lucy Letby was the one common denominator in these inexplicable deaths. But instead of being suspended, she was moved around the hospital. She took meticulous notes, gruesome, obsessive entries into journals filled with guilt, rage, and chilling confessions. One note read, "I am evil, I did this." The truth came to light in 2016, when hospital management could no longer deny the dark coincidence. An investigation revealed that Letby had methodically murdered at least 7 infants and attempted to kill several others, using horrifying methods, injecting air into veins and stomachs, force-feeding milk to rupture fragile organs, and administering fatal doses of insulin. Letby didn't kill in a rage. She didn't kill in fear. She killed slowly, deliberately, and with cold calculation. Her eyes, once thought caring, were now seen as hollow pits of malice, watching babies suffer while she stood by, pretending to help. Her mask of innocence cracked during trial in 2023, where families sat through months of harrowing testimony. She barely blinked as parents sobbed. She showed no remorse. Her only protest, "I am not guilty." When the jury returned, justice spoke louder than her lies. Letby was found guilty on 7 counts of murder and numerous attempted murders. The judge sentenced her to life in prison, with a rare whole life order, meaning she would never, under any circumstance, be released. She now rots in a maximum security cell, her name synonymous with death. No longer a nurse, no longer a woman, just a husk, a ghost of a caregiver who turned into a predator. To this day, the Countess of Chester Hospital tries to recover from the stain she left behind. The nursery walls have been repainted, the equipment updated, but for those who were there, for those who lost their babies, her presence is still felt in every cry, every silence, every shadow that falls across a crib at night. She wasn't a nurse. She was a nightmare in scrubs. But even as the cell door closed behind her, the story of Lucy Letby didn't end. It only grew more disturbing in the wake of her conviction. A public inquiry was launched to uncover how she had been allowed to operate unchecked for so long. It turned out that doctors had raised alarms some more than once. Consultants had sent emails, made formal complaints, and even requested meetings with hospital executives. The response: they were silenced, told to apologize, told they were disrupting staff morale. Lucy had gained the trust of the hospital's top administrators. She was the model nurse, and they couldn't fathom that someone like her, quiet, polite, middle class, could be capable of such evil. So, they ignored the signs, and babies kept dying. Behind bars, Letby remained eerily composed. She refused to attend parts of her own sentencing, denied all wrongdoing, and maintained a bizarre air of detachment, as if the horrors she caused had happened in someone else's life. But whispers began to spread. Some prison staff claimed she would smile to herself in the dark, staring at the wall for hours. Others said she requested to work in the prison infirmary, as if she still wanted access to the vulnerable. And then there were the letters. Authorities found she had been writing to former colleagues, including notes containing strange symbols and phrases like, "They don't understand the light I carried," and "babies were never meant to stay." To this day, no one knows what truly drove her, whether it was power, attention, or some inner emptiness that demanded sacrifice. But one thing remains certain: she chose the most innocent victims imaginable and extinguished their futures without mercy. Lucy Letby didn't just take lives, she stole peace from every parent who ever looked into a crib and wondered, "Will my baby be safe?" She turned their love into fear and their lullabies into silence.